I am drawing out this high carbon 1095 piece of steel into a spearhead. I'm going to be showing you specifically how to forge a socket on here and get this all nice and clean, looking good, and also strong so that if you were to actually use this spear for anything, it's not going to fall off the shaft or break the shaft on you. It will actually be a functional and utilitarian piece. Something else that's really cool about spears is that you take it off the shaft as it is right now, and you just have yourself a dagger. It's a great handle, and you got your blade right here. Alrighty, here we go. Continuing out the socket. Again, you want it to taper down. You want it to be a little bit wider near the bottom because you don't want the socket to be the same diameter all the way through. You want it to taper basically from your widest point into a pretty small hole up at the top, ideally closed up with just a little pinhole. Now I'm going over to the rounding side of this hammer, finishing out these tapers. Important not to go too thin on the edges. You want everything to be pretty even with a little less thickness where you want your bends to happen, which is really easy to control with a cross piece. Highly recommend a cross piece for spear making. Definitely not necessary, but it does make things a little easier. Oh yeah, this socket looking good. This socket looking good. Okay, so let's see, let me get another heat on this so I'll be able to show it a little bit better. It's gonna be hard to see on the camera, but something I'm doing as I'm forging this is I'm leaving a slightly stronger ridge in the very center, tapering down and making basically two dishes on either side of that, and then slightly stronger ridges along the sides of these wings that are gonna get curved in. And essentially what this is doing is making it to where it's gonna curve less. When I go to bend it, it's gonna curve less in the very middle, and it's gonna curve out from there along the sides, and then it's not gonna curve in as much on the very edges, which will become the very middle on the other side. And this is gonna help to make those perfect rounds while also not allowing anything to squish in and offset the circle that we're going for in the socket. It's really important to just getting an easy and effortless curve in this socket that you're not gonna have to go through and correct with a mandrel, because I don't have a mandrel, so it's gotta work the first time. Otherwise it just doesn't work. Get a little of that spearhead, more than functional, very stabby, very spear-like. It's a lot better than this spearhead. Man, look at this spearhead. Ew, it's gross, ew. I had too much meat there for the socket.